someone said that you're coming by. Let me know when you're here, meet me up for a smoke outside. I regret what I said, didn't mean it. Yeah, believe me, I guess I'll take it back. There's a party downtown, someone said that you're coming by. I know that summer was a big mistake. I just hope that we're still okay. You always pick me up and let me down. We're spinning around, losing our minds. Damned if we do, damned if we don't.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name's Lisa. It's Tom MacDonald Tuesday, which means another reaction to Tom MacDonald's music. This reaction is going to be to the official music video for his song Scars. Not too sure what this is going to be all about. Judging by the video here and the opening scene that I've got up here ready to go, he sat here with a guitar next to him. So I'm not sure if this is going to be an acoustic one or whether this is whether it's just there for show. Not too sure. Really looking forward to getting into this one, seeing what this is all about. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what Tom has for us in this one. Here we go.
I don't remember how I got all these scars, but I know I lived a hell of a life. I can't remember how I made it this far, but I know it was a hell of a fight. Could have been some bones in a coffin stone, drinking vodka, locked up with the bros, causing problems, broke at the bottom. You know that I got a lot of marks under these clothes. Should have killed me, somehow I survived. These tattoos should have died. I don't remember why I cried all those tears, but I know that I turned out alright. I know that people wanted me dead. I lost all my friends, was running from the cops. Getting bread was dark in my head. You know that I have seen a lot of things in all of my years, but I'm thankful for this crazy life.
Wow, okay, just pause it there just to give my first impressions. This sounds like it's an autobiographical song because I know he has been through a lot. He's been through his struggles. He's been very, very open about that, talked about it a lot in his songs. And it seems that he's talking about himself. Literally, it's not just a song that he's written just from somebody else's perspective and someone else's point of view. He's actually writing from his own point of view, and the fact obviously that his whole body is covered in tattoos would suggest, as he says in the lyrics, these tattoos on my arms, they cover scars. And you know, that kind of gives the impression that he's maybe tried like self-harming and stuff, which I think he has. If I remember, he has spoken about in a couple of his songs when he's talked about his struggles, things that he's been through, and you know, alcohol abuse and drug addiction and things like that. And yeah, it's really brave of him to be so vulnerable and to put himself out there in these kinds of songs and to speak so openly and honestly about what he's been through and the marks that he's left. And I mean that like metaphorically and literally. It's obviously left emotional scars, physical scars, mental scars, and it's essentially they made him into the person that he is today. And although those struggles and those hard times were brutal at the time he was going through them, at the same time he's sort of saying, well, I don't know how I'm here still, but I am, and I'm grateful, and it's made me become who I am now. It's made me stronger, it's made me tougher. I'm able to just literally brush off anything. I feel like I can do anything, and I can be anybody that I want to be. And I love that. Fair play to him for being so honest and open in saying that. Loving this whole vibe, you know, with him just sort of, you know, chilling out at home in a home setting and looking through old photos, obviously of like when he was younger, and you know, comparing it to where he is now and how far he's come, how much he might have changed, how certain things may have stayed the same. And I just love the acoustic vibe of this, the whole acoustic sound, you know, him singing as well. He's doing more like singing in this rather than just straight up rapping. Love that he's playing the guitar, beautiful instrumental, and just incredibly written, just beautifully written. Love this so far. Absolutely awesome. And like I say, props to him, you know, mad respect to him for being so honest and open about it, about everything that he's been through. So let's carry on and see what else he has to say.
Every single scar and every single scrape, every bruise and tattoo along the way tells a little story that I can't explain because the words escape me, but the marks remain. They won't ever fade and they can't be erased. They made me who I am and I am not ashamed. Every bump and scratch and every drop of blood prove how far I've came. These tattoos hide from you. All the scars, these tattoos.
Ooh, look at those harmonies in the back.
Hide from you. All the scars. I have had my scars longer than most of my friends. Crashed a couple cars, put some stitches in my legs. Looked up at the stars and all I can say is thanks. Recovery was hard, but it made me who I am. All these ugly battle scars complete me. They're reminders of the demons who tried their best to defeat me. They don't look so good in photos, but my struggles ain't beneath me. And these tattoos ain't for nothing, this is physical graffiti. Every broken bone, all the sticks and stones, and the moments when I felt so alone. Every single tear and like a million beers that I only drank so I could try to cope. Every bloody nose and all the muddy clothes when I was in the dirt down inside a hole. Every single scuff and every single scab made me who I am. These tattoos
Mad respect.
on my arms hide from you. All the scars, these tattoos on my arms
Beautiful singing.
hide from you. All the scars, these tattoos
Love that.
on my arms hide from you. All the scars.
Love that guitar riff at the end. Wow. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Another great one shot by Nova, and yeah, just her skill and her talent in shooting music videos is just out of this world. I've said many times before, Nova behind the camera is just such a force. She's such a force to be reckoned with. Like, she really does produce incredible, I mean, obviously they both work together, but you know, as far as the shooting and the technical side of it goes, she really does shoot some incredible videos for both her and Tom. And yeah, I just love the effects with the whole, you know, like red smoke and just outside as well as obviously inside, you know, the shots of him just like sat around, just very poignant and sort of reminiscent and sentimental, I guess. Just thinking about where he's been, what struggles he's been through, where he's come from, and you know, how successful and you know the place that he is today. And I love that. Like I say, mad respect to him for going through all of those battles, all of those struggles, and still coming out the other side and coming out stronger than ever, and still being, I think, genuinely a really nice person. Like, he comes across as such a cool guy, regardless of what you think about some of the things that he talks about in his songs and, you know, the controversial issues and some things that he says. I think ultimately, you know, all of those things come from a really good place, and he means well. And like I've said many times before, he uses his songs and his music to start conversations that are important, and to kind of make people discover or look at and discover who they are and, you know, what their views are ultimately. And he does it, I think, in quite a respectful way. you know, whether or not I agree with some things that he says, and there are some things that I haven't necessarily agreed completely with him on, but there are many things that I have agreed with him on, and I totally get where he's coming from. And I love that, you know, how he words his songs, just the lyrics that he puts in and the wordplay and stuff, just amazing. And the instrumentals to his songs and his music, it's always awesome. It's always like either catchy or just chilled out and mellow and beautifully written, beautifully arranged, like in this one. Just gorgeous. And I love to hear more of Tom singing, like throughout a whole song. I mean, I know he did do a little bit of, like, you know, rapping, sort of conversational, like rap throughout that, but for the most part it was singing. And I love to hear I love to hear Tom singing more in his songs. So this was awesome, and see him playing guitar as well. That's really, really cool. The guy has many talents. Love that. Awesome. I loved this one. So if you enjoyed this one too, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with more Tom MacDonald Tuesday reactions every Tuesday, and also reactions to various artists on Thursdays and Sundays. And if you're a home fry or a fan of a cappella music, then come over every Friday for Home Free Fridays, where I react exclusively to Home Free's music. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.